Hey YouTube, welcome to Trevor's Vinyl World. Today I want to show a little love to a movie that was in the theaters back in 1987. Every once in a while I always watch clips of this movie, and I know for a fact that I saw this movie in the theater back in 1987. And it's just one of those movies that has aged like fine wine for me. Sometimes you'll watch a movie that's that old and you're kind of like, okay, it's not as great as I remember. But then there's movies that just take you back to being a kid, and there's just something magical about the film, and it just puts a smile on your face. And the movie that I'm talking about might surprise some people, but it's a movie called Light of Day with Joan, Jett, and Michael J. Fox. And I can't emphasize enough how big of a star Michael J. Fox was at this time. This was back, like I said, it was released to the theaters February 6th of 1987. The song, the main song of the movie, was written by Bruce Springsteen, and then it wasn't performed by him, but he wrote it. And the band, basically, the movie is about these people that are just regular people, like Michael J. Fox works at a factory, and then everyone else, they're in like a local, they're in a local band, but it's not going anywhere. And they play local bars in Cleveland, and they're called the Bar Busters. And they have a young drummer who is still in high school. And then the lead singer is Joan Jett. And she's just, played by Joan Jett. But basically in the movie, she's not a rock star. She's a up and coming, trying to be rock star. And she's just playing in this local band. They don't make any money. Like when they play a gig, they don't make a lot of money. And the name of their band is the Bar Busters. And but there's just something about the film. It has a lot of slow moving parts to it, but whenever they're on stage or whenever they're on the road, there's so many scenes that are just magical that I think even to this day, I don't understand why there aren't more really well done kind of rock and roll movies. I liked the one about Queen, but I want to stay on topic here. Anyways, like I said, Michael J. Fox was such a huge star at this time. I mean, not only was he on Family Ties, the TV show, which was a huge hit, he had already done Back to the Future, which is one of the best 80s movies of all time, I believe. And that was just hugely successful. And he'd already been in Teen Wolf, which was hugely successful. And he was in another film that was a B movie, and I'm not going to talk about it today because I am going to have a video that's strictly about this film, and most people have never heard of it, so we're not going to get into that right at the moment. But anyways, he was a huge star, and one of the things that works so well in this film is that Michael J. Fox and Joan Jett really do look like brother and sister, and whoever thought of the casting for this, it was so brilliant. It was so well done. And when you watch this film, you really believe that Michael J. Fox's character is the brother to Joan Jett's character. And Joan Jett has a 5-year-old son. And, she's not I'm not going to say she's a bad mom, but they're trying to imply that, she wasn't married and she's got this 5-year-old and her mom is severely disappointed in her. Or maybe it's the grandma. I don't even know. She's so annoying that like now when I go back and watch this movie, I really try to ignore the scenes with the uptight old lady. And I know she's like a famous actress, and I should probably know her name. But I really wish that this film would have stuck. Like, don't give Joan Jett a kid. They were trying to do too much here. They're trying to, I don't know if they're trying to teach young women, like, hey, you know, don't be a single mom. They spend a lot of time on, like, you know, where's this kid gonna stay? And the kid shouldn't go on the road with the rock band. And it was just kind of annoying. Like, I get it that there's single mothers out there, and this was back in the 80s. And I guess maybe back then it was more frowned upon. But half of this movie is just, there's too much of them kind of ragging on Joan Jett about not being the perfect mom. And here you have, she's like one of the greatest rock icons of all time. And there just aren't enough scenes where she's on stage rocking out. I mean, she is amazing. She's like one of the best rock and roll artists of all time. And instead, they have scenes where she's like arguing with Michael J. Fox about who's going to watch her 5-year-old. And it's just like, get her on stage. Like, she's so awesome. But the scenes that do have her on stage, it's worth watching this movie just for that. And I even wish, like, I'm so greedy, but I wish they would have made a sequel to this, and she joins the metal group Huns, Hunzz. It's a fictional metal group that's in this movie towards, like, the end. And, you know, she's had it with, like, the Barbusters, and she ends up joining, or she's auditioning for the Huns, Hunzz, as she says. And they show her, like, on stage doing a cover of Sweet Emotion, and then she gets the gig, and then Michael J. Fox goes to check on her, and she's playing a gig with the Huns, and I just love it. I really wish they would have, like, had another movie where it's, like, Patty and the Huns, or, you know, I don't know what you call it, but because I don't believe Joan Jett did another film. I'm going to double check that, and I'll get back to you if I'm wrong. But I want to say that this was like her one film where she's like the star, and, you know, like, she's been in documentaries for the Runaways and stuff like that. But this was like her acting, and her and Michael J. Fox were so perfect together. You really believe that Michael J. Fox is her protective brother. And I really love this movie. I just wish they would have had more scenes of them either on the road, doing gigs, on stage. Let's keep it 90% about the music, because even to this day, the rock songs hold up. So if you've never seen this film, again, it's called The Light of Day. Was in theaters back in 1987. Just a classic 80s film. So just want to show a little love to that today. And I'll leave it at that. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. And hope everybody's having a good one. And we'll talk at you later.